And I got bottle envy.
I got the jug too. I got the jug too.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I know, but
Yeah,
you're just like pounding that that jug of water.
this is a little cold one. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome into another edition of the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. I'm your host, Erik Henderson, and along with me for the ride today, once again, it's Josh Day, Anthony Shabazz. I was trying to come up with a really cool, the Three Amigos. That's just not as cool. We can't really, we're sitting
I think it's
down, can't do the thing.
overused.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a really cool three thing here. We're the big three.
Three,
We are
the Stooges. That's too old. Probably most
well, we
people
are the
don't.
Stooges.
What is that?
The Steph, the KD, and the Draymond, or the Steph, the
Clay.
KD, and the Clay.
Yeah, Clay.
Which three should we be?
Yeah.
Not the Draymond. So, Charles said he averaged a triple single. He don't get put in that category.
Or here, I'll go more recent. How about the Wemby, the Stefan, and the Dylan? How about that? How about those three? Or the De'Aaron for the Spurs?
Hey.
I don't know. That one's a bit of a stretch. Let's pick the three Hall of Famers: Steph, the KD, and the Clay of the podcast. We got Anthony and Josh. Guys, welcome in. That took up a little bit more time than I anticipated because I couldn't think of it off the top of my head like I usually do. Hey, guys.
It's all right. I like that
What up?
brainstorm session. It's always good.
How's it going? Anything fun happen this week? Lose anyone to injury? Get anyone back from injury?
Gerrit Cole, baby.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah. So,
Eric, are we starting him?
speaking of Gerrit Cole, that was going to be my thing that I was going to bring up. What are we doing?
Gosh, spoilers.
And we'll jump right into that before we preview what's on today's show. Ant, I know you and I had Gerrit Cole, and because we had a bajillion million injuries, we had to drop him.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh and I also have Gerrit Cole on our team that we're co-managing. Who are we activating him? Are we starting him today as we're recording this on Friday, May 22nd? Gerrit Cole set to make his season debut, his long-awaited return from Tommy John surgery. Are we activating him? Are we starting him? And who are we dropping?
I think.
Keep in mind, half the league is on a rain delay or not playing today for some weird reason.
This weekend, the rain delay, I feel like we're going to not have a lot of East Coast baseball.
Yeah, I know. The rain is supposed to be terrible. So, I'm looking at our team. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm not quite there yet. Where are we categorically pitching? Like, are we ahead? Are we behind?
Oh, good question to start us off.
That's number one.
We're ahead in wins. We're behind by 8 in Ks. But as far as ERA and WHIP goes, our ERA is 0.99 and our WHIP is 0.99. And that is a full 6 runs better in ERA and 0.6 higher in WHIP. So we are behind in Ks plus holds.
Next question is, all right, so we got Cole. No one else starting tonight.
Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert starting.
Yes.
Who is going to have a better night? Logan Gilbert or Gerrit Cole?
Logan Gilbert, because he faces Kansas City.
No, but I feel like Logan Gilbert has been his own worst.
Yes.
Enemy. All right, so we have no more pitchers this week.
Really? After today? No way. Really?
I don't see it.
All right, so we have to start Cole then.
Well, hold on.
What you afraid? Do it.
Our competition,
just do it.
The manager we're facing has Trevor McDonald tonight and Peyton Tolley.
We legit don't have any more pitchers rest of the week. That's crazy.
Nobody Saturday. And he's got Detmers. I thought Detmers was going tonight.
No, he went Tuesday. He's not going tonight. He's going Sunday.
Where did I see that? Oh, I know what I did. Never mind. Anyway, he's got Shota Imanaga and Ray Detmers. He's got 4.
And we have 2, including Gerrit Cole. Okay, so we need to start Cole. No doubt.
Well, are there other pitchers we can pick up?
Well, first we'd have to...
Let's not get into that. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's do one thing at a time.
We have to figure out who we would drop to activate Gerrit Cole. There's no NA spot. We have River Ryan here. We also have five relievers for saves plus holds, and we have 3 bench hitters.
Well, I think we could probably, since we got, I kind of think we can probably get rid of Colt Emerson.
I noticed you dropped him in our league that all 3 of us are in. I'm happy.
Yep.
That's fine by me. Let's drop him.
Well, hold on.
Oh boy.
We have the resident Dodgers expert with us. River Ryan, what's the story? Everyone was all excited that he's going to get promoted, and then we got the wonderful news that the Dodgers picked up who? Eric Lauer?
Eric Lauer, right, for a couple of jelly beans. But listen, I think the River thing is going to be like a surprise thing. Like, I don't like, obviously, even with the 2 injuries, like, I don't think he's going to get called up yet. I was just looking at an insider talking about, because he just came back from injury, first of all, they're concerned about him. And also, they feel like he hasn't pitched enough innings this season yet where they want to have him come up to the major. So I'm not really sure, like, when he's going to come up, to be honest. Like, I was hoping it would be soon, but, I mean, my boy, Dave don't play no games. Like, I mean, actually, he in the mafia, bro. He be holding secrets close to his chest. So I would say, I was going to say River, but also Colt Emerson, I'm not big on like that. So not right now anyway. So I would say Colt.
Yeah, let's drop Colt.
Well, I read somewhere that if Lauer really falters, which he probably will, then it probably won't be too long before we see River Ryan.
Right, you just don't know. It's always like the unknown with it, though, right? Like, like every time we get a player, we feel like we can fix him in some way. Yeah. Eric can go out there and have a 70 or 90 ERA game, right? And then next thing you know, they're like, oh, we see some flashes. We think we can fix it and give him another start or 2. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, I would love to keep River Valls in your case, but you guys have no NA spots at all.
There's no, I don't know why.
Yeah, so
don't make the rules.
How many teams in that league?
This is a 12-team league, 312 players drafted. We've talked about this on the pod a few times for all you listening there. We have, this is a very deep league. So this is why it's a little bit challenging to figure out who to drop here because, man, middle infield has been tough for us to fill.
Who's your shortstop?
Jeremy Pena, JJ Weatherholt. Yeah.
I would say drop Colt still.
Yeah.
And whole River. Just whole River. Because like I said, you don't know. Next Thursday, it could be like, he's starting today.
Yeah. Plus, he's blowing away AAA.
Plus with that, with I'm pretty sure the waiver wire is a little thin.
It's definitely thin. Like, I don't know if there's a pitcher with as much upside as River Ryan. We had Bubic go to the IL. Man, yeah.
I don't think you could plan that he's gonna. You can't plan that he's gonna be in your immediate future, like immediately. But I'd rather have that than to have Colt for the rest of the season.
I'm surprised Taj Bradley is out on the wire. Like, I know he's controversial, but like he was pitching. He was pitching pretty well, especially for a league that's deep. Also, Nick Martinez has been pitching well.
All right, so what are we gonna do here? Are we gonna drop Colt Emerson? Are we gonna drop a relief pitcher? Or are we going to keep Gerrit Cole on the bench? I'm in favor of dropping Colt Emerson.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, dropping Colt Emerson. We're gonna do it live right here on the show. Boom! I click the button, drop Colt Emerson, and we are going to activate and start Gerrit Cole for his return to the mound after missing all of last season and the first basically 2 months of this year with Tommy John surgery. Gerrit Cole, welcome back. I'm not mad at this because 3 bench hitters is also a lot, but we are currently in second place in that league, about a game and a half out of first. I'm in favor of keeping the pitching, the stash of River Ryan on the bench versus Colt Emerson. Plus, if we really wanted to, like, Volpe is out there, we can go get Jordan Lawler and stash him on the IL if we really wanted to bring him back into the fold. But I'm happy about this. Gerrit Cole, welcome back. I'm excited to roster him at least one place. It was nice to have him in two places, but like I said, Anthony and I, our team had way too many injuries.
Too many. It was casualty of the injuries. Honestly,
yeah,
we had to do it.
We had
but
to.
I mean, I feel comfortable with what we have left. Like, I can't remember what moves we made when we dropped him. I think we might have spoke about it on here, but I still feel comfortable with it. We still have to figure out the pitching thing, but like for instance, we have Hunter Green, Crochet, and Schoolboy in the IL. Like things will get better.
we'll be fine.
It'll get better. Yeah.
Well, now that we've taken up the giant portion of the beginning of this week's show, let's just quickly run through what this is going to be about. That was going to be something I was going to bring up right before we jumped into segment 1. But we did it here. That's totally fine. On this week's show, you just heard it. We got to decide what we're going to do with Gerrit Cole. We decided we're going to start him this week. Well, you'll know how his start goes tomorrow by the time you're listening to this podcast. But also on this week's show, don't walk to the wire to pick up these hitters and pitchers. We've got players that you're too afraid to drop because if you're running to the wire to pick somebody up, you've got to also make a corresponding move here, unless you've got, unlimited IL spots and you have so many injuries like everybody else does. You got to make some decisions when you're picking somebody up, so you got to drop them. And then, of course, we'll come back with our final thoughts and looking ahead till next week. As a reminder, we release a brand new episode every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss it. We're available on more podcast platforms than ever before, including all the major ones: Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and, of course, Spreaker. Don't forget, we have video on YouTube now as well, so you'll see our beautiful made-for-radio mugs for every show on our YouTube channel, Talking Fantasy Baseball. Please subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating, a like, a thumbs up, a kind review. It goes a long way in helping us out. And if you have a question, leave a comment on the YouTube video, and we'll be sure to answer it right here on the pod as well. Anthony, I just want to let you know that you have received good feedback on your your People are liking your hats. Yeah, so keep it up. Keep it up.
That is the biggest love. I love that. Biggest shout out.
Yeah. If you have more in rotation, I'm sure the people would love to see it. If you're watching on YouTube.
4 deep, guys. So
do you have like a wall of hats?
It's not even a wall now. Like the sneaker boxes? I have my sneakers in one box, and I bought boxes just for the hats.
Hats. So it's boxes.
Are they organized by color, by
clear
team?
Boxes.
How are they organized?
Yeah. Honestly, right now they're not, because my son jumps into them now and puts hats on and run around the house. So I'm like, kid, just not these. These don't.
You got to put
these on. Have a good time.
You can touch all the other ones, but not these special ones. You could go an entire season of baseball and wear one hat per week.
Right. I might actually try that. I forgot the other ones I wore. I'm gonna look back on it and see.
You definitely wore a Dodge. I think it was a regular Dodgers hat. You wore the Phillies, the maroon Phillies hat. That's all I can remember.
Hats that weren't sports hats. Yeah, the dads are cool too hats.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We should wear a different hat on the show every week and see what the people say. See which ones they like. Comment. Let us know what hat has been your favorite of Anthony so far. It's
Well, maybe we should start a merch line.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Fantasy baseball merch.
Yeah,
we got to get a name first.
We have a really good logo that you could throw up there. Designed by Josh. So I think you could throw the Talking Fantasy Baseball logo up there on a hat. Be pretty cool. Yeah. All right. That does it for a very long beginning to the show. When we come back, it's don't walk to the wire for these hitters and pitchers. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Steph, KD, and Klay Thompson here with you. No, just kidding. That is Anthony and Josh and me, Erik, here with you. The Wolfpack back together again. This is don't walk to the wire for these hitters. That means you may have to, in the middle of listening to this episode, swipe up on your iPhone or however you go home on an Android. Also, if you have an Android, no offense, but why? So swipe up on your iPhone, go to your fantasy app, and pick up these players, because that's what it means to don't walk. Also, if you're going to run to your computer to do it, don't trip and fall into your computer and knock it on the floor. That'd be problematic. Anyway, these are hitters that you should run to the wire to pick up. First up, we have Miguel Vargas, Travis Bazzana, Ezekiel Duran, Spencer Steer, and J. Bleday. I want to focus here first on Miguel Vargas. 84% owned on Yahoo. Little less actionable than the rest of the guys on the list here. Josh, I know you picked him up as an injury replacement for Eugenio Suarez. Tell us how you're feeling about rostering Miguel Vargas.
Yeah, so I picked him up maybe, a month ago. Because as you said, Suarez got injured and it was in our 12-team league. And I was a little concerned because there wasn't a whole lot out there. But Vargas was he was doing stuff. So I took a flyer on him and not missed Suarez. And actually, he was I think he was just activated today, Suarez. And I was like, am I going to fit Suarez into the lineup? Just because Suarez wasn't really doing anything, and he's like notoriously streaky. So, yeah, I mean, I have not missed him. Like, Vargas is just kind of doing everything. He's hitting for power, he's stealing bases. He doesn't have like the highest average, but it's not like destroying my ratios.
It's not all that different than where Suarez's batting average would be.
Exactly. So yeah, when I first picked him up, I was like, maybe I'll ride the hot hand here, but now I'm considering him just holding on to him. And then maybe
he might be your first baseman looking at your roster here because of a player you currently have at first base. We will talk about later in the show.
Yeah.
Now I want to jump over to next name on the list here, Travis Bazzana. Anthony, did we talk about Bazzana on the show together about what we thought, or did you miss that week? And that was me and Josh. Regardless, second base, terrible position. Travis Bazzana's looked pretty decent. What are we thinking here? Are we running it to the wire to pick up Travis Bazzana?
Yeah, I mean, I think just positionally, like you're running to pick him up. I don't think it's one of those things where like if it was like a Connor Griffin or something, it's like just pick him up regardless. Like this is based off of position. I mean, if you look at his stats or what they're looking like, they're gonna end up being good eye. K percentage will be good. Obviously under 20. He'll get some hits, but other than that, like not a lot of power. Like hard hit, not looking good. Brow's not looking good. But if you can get those stolen bases, you can get that average from second base. Just take it. Traditionally, that's not a power position anyway, right? Like when you build your fantasy team. So I would say you definitely run to pick him up. I was running to pick him up and went to sleep, woke up, he was gone. I said, damn. I said, what happened? Man,
you needed him because you needed to replace a player who I think we're going to talk about later.
Yes,
me too.
You too. Both of you guys.
I did the exact same thing.
Did you miss him or you got him? Did you get him?
No, I got him, but I'm saying I made the exact same move as you. I dropped the exact same player.
That's what you call a tease. We will talk about that player in just a little bit. Travis Bazzana's looked really good. Good plate discipline. Stealing bases, kind of running like crazy. Launch angle isn't terrible at 11.5 degrees. Just not really barreling the ball up. Like Anthony said, power might be a little lacking. Does have 2 home runs already, though. So that's good. Woba, ex-Woba are kind of agreeing with each other. So he's probably performing right about where he should be. And for a shallow second base position, would you consider him a top 10 second baseman, guys?
Don't think so.
Not yet. Top 12 or 15.
Just if you start throwing names out, like when do you?
Well, second base. Ready? Fernando Tatis Jr. still without a home run. Friday, May 22nd.
Right.
Sal Stewart, Ketel Marte, Otto Lopez, Xavier Edwards,
Nico Hoerner.
Nico Hoerner. Oh yeah, of course. Nico Hoerner.
JJ
Weatherholt.
Brandon Lau and Albies.
I might put him ahead of Albies.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but
not right now. I mean, Albies is scorching hot.
I think that's just like mental. Wow, you're going to be bad at the end of the season with Albies.
Actually, you know what? I think Bazzana might be top 10. I think he might be top 10.
Because you want Weatherholt over him too.
I would put Weatherholt over him. I would.
Right.
Right.
Tatis. Oh,
would you
Jazz. We didn't say Jazz.
How did we forget?
Did we say Jazz? No.
No, we didn't
Right.
say
would you
Jazz.
take
Jazz.
would you guys take?
Yeah. That would put. Sorry, real quick. That would put of all the names that we mentioned without Albies. That would put Bazzana at either 10 or 11. I can't remember if we were at 9 or 10.
I think he's like 11.
Yeah.
Well, here
11.
I think he's 11. But would you guys rather have Nico Horner or Travis?
Ooh, I like the Pandora's box of Bazzana, but I know what I'm gonna get out of Nico Horner.
Right.
You know,
Right. Which honestly is like, if I hate this, if you look at like what their StatCast looks like, it's like around the same thing, to be honest. Which is weird.
Yeah.
It's just like red, blue, red. Like it looks around the same thing. But like you said, you know what you're getting out of him. Like in our league in the keeper, you probably would go Bazzana just in case that you want to you get some value out of him.
Yeah.
But
I think there's more power upside out of Bazzana.
Like right now, if you had a chance outside of keeper in a redraft to take Nico or Travis, you're probably going to take Nico. You've seen him actually do
right.
It.
Yeah. Redraft, you take Nico, but I think in keeper and
right.
extended keeper, dynasty, whatever you want to call it, I think I would definitely take Bazzana over Nico Horner. Also, like much younger. And then we've got some I want to call them retreads, these next three, and I'll kind of group them together here because these guys we've seen be fantasy relevant, whether for a month here or a month there or half a season, or in the case of Spencer Steer here, was kind of relevant for about a year and a half. We've got Ezekiel Duran, Spencer Steer, and JJ Bleday. These guys more widely available that you can go out and get. Duran eligible at every position but the batteries. That's pitcher and catcher. Bleday, I believe, is first base and outfield eligible on Yahoo. And Spencer Steer, Bleday is outfield eligible on Yahoo. And Spencer Steer is first base and outfield eligible. So, guys, are you running and not walking to the wire to pick up any of these players? Ezekiel Duran, JJ Bleday, Spencer Steer.
Wait, let me say this, okay? Because we have to preface this when it comes to running. Like, if I need a position, or like you said, if he's playing every single position, if I need that, I'm running to get it. But we're not saying run in the sense of like, this is going to be something that you put in, a player you put in, and is there for the rest of the season. I don't think that would be the case for either of them. Like, maybe Spencer Steer, maybe. Light, maybe. Very light, maybe. But as far as right now, like JJ Bleday has never done this before.
Never.
Right? But
Never.
it looks incredible right now. So it's like run and go and get him. If you need an outfielder, run and go and get him. And put in place him in and ride that wave. Ezekiel Duran, just the flexibility. Like I would definitely run to get him too. But obviously I chose AJ Ewan instead. But I'll be still running to get him. Spencer Steer probably is the one that like has the possibility that maybe it looks like he had his second year, I think it was, when he was actually like really solid the entire season. But yeah, I mean, as stopgaps, yes, like go and pick them up and like put them in and go with it. But underlying numbers looks good on them. So yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. This is not a Ferrari here. I mean, this is like we're talking about players who are playing well right now. But like you always say, if this happened at a certain point in the season, would you really care? I don't know. You know, except for JJ Bleday, crazy month was it? So I'll give him that.
I think Bleday's hot streak has kind of spanned all the way back to spring training. He just didn't make the roster for some reason out of spring training, lit up the minor leagues. They brought him up and he's just kind of done the same thing. So I wonder if there's, and I think there is like a distinct change that Bleday has made. Also, I believe he was a top prospect at one point. Josh, of these three, are you interested in any of them? I know I picked up Bleday in a couple places just because I looked at that StatCast and I went, that looks like Jordan Walker.
Red. Yeah,
like that looks like Jordan Walker.
Yeah. Only thing that's not red is the whiffs.
Yeah,
and his K percentage is only 15% anyway, but everything is like bright red.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Josh, what do you think?
Well, I've been shopping around first base replacements in our 12-team league. So yeah, I've been looking at Steer, but I don't think this is just a hot streak. Looking at his numbers and like comparing it to seasons of yore, it just kind of like it's like his ceiling seems to be like, you know, a little over 20 home runs. Like he seems like a useful player. I just don't know if this is like going to be like a step forward from anything he's shown us in the past. So I think, yeah, pick him up if you need first base or outfield help and ride this hot streak. I don't know that I'm a little skeptical that this is gonna, as Anthony was talking about, like I don't know that this is gonna like be some big step forward and gonna be like a forever this season type guy. Blade, I guess I'm skeptical of these three, just because we've seen a lot of them before. I know we've seen Miguel Vargas before, but I think it's a little more promising than some of these other guys. Although, with Blade, it's, he did cut his strikeout rate down. He's with a new team.
I was going to say the same. We didn't bring
Um,
that up, but that is important too. Like we don't know what's happening. New team, like they could be, you know, giving that man.
It's also Cincinnati, Great American Small Park. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so
I mean,
I
in
think,
terms of like predictive numbers, like
yeah,
it seems like most of the models say like he's going to hit 15 more home runs, not really steal, hit like in the 240s. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so I'm
Seems like
looking at
steer is the most useful.
yeah,
Well,
I think
they're on steals, right?
yeah, not as much as you would think, but looking at Spencer Steer, he's had the most fantasy relevant seasons out of the three of these guys.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna believe in any of them to be able to maintain some sort of relevance all season, it would be Spencer Steer. Uh, Now, if this were April 22nd and we're talking about JJ Bleday, then we're like, he's doing what Jordan Walker's doing. Why wouldn't I believe exactly the same amount in JJ Bleday that I do in Jordan Walker, especially somebody who has never had the launch angle issues that
Right.
Jordan Walker had? So
Mm.
I'm looking at a guy like JJ Bleday who has cut his strikeout rate, is walking more. His WOBA and xWOBA are both like tremendously high, over 420. It's just
Hmm.
it's just like he's doing some really good, really interesting stuff. He's hitting the ball harder than ever before. I think he increased his bat speed. His bat speed went from 72 miles an hour last year to now he's swinging it at almost 75 miles an hour.
Right.
So
But
it's
big,
really
big,
good improvements that you want to see from a guy like JJ Bleday, left-handed power hitter, former number 4 overall pick, by the
right.
way.
Yeah,
But
but
if you take into
do you
account
see
what
that
you're saying,
value?
if you take into account what you're saying about the time of the year, he's only had 92 plate appearances, right? Because he can't. So
Right.
in theory, like this is April 22nd, like for him in theory, right? Like we have to
Yeah.
still give him a little bit of time. Like you said, if this was April 22nd, someone would go and grab him up and say maybe this is the breakout. But I just don't know. Like he is. It isn't like this is his second year. Like we've seen him now at this is his third team. Like we've seen him already play as like the back of the baseball card, unless it's like a big change. You said launch angle, but I'm not sure.
We'll see.
300, 1,000 OPS is not him.
No. We'll see what happens
Good.
with Bleday. We'll keep tabs on him, just like we're keeping tabs on the rest of the breakouts and potential breakouts as we move further along into the season. Like I said, Steer would be the guy that I think would keep it up all season. So he's the one I'm least skeptical of. JJ Bleday is the one who most excites me out of the three of these. And then I think Duran is just having a hot streak, but he is eligible at all of the positions. So that can be helpful in the right situation, especially in deeper leagues. Okay, so of these 5, Miguel Vargas, Travis Bazzana, Ezekiel Duran, Spencer Steer, JJ Bleday, give me your 3. Josh, we'll start with you. Your top 3 in order of preference.
I think I would go Miguel Vargas, Travis Bazzana, Spencer Steer.
Cool. Anthony, how about you?
I think I would go the same. Vargas,
Cool.
Bazzana, and Steer.
Yeah, I would actually switch it up. I'm going to leave Vargas off the list just because he's the most owned of the 5 of these. And I'll go Bazzana, Blade, Steer in that order. Yeah. So just to play devil's advocate there. When we come, you know what? When we come back, we'll talk run, don't walk to the wire for these pitchers. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball Podcast. Anthony Shabazz, Josh Day, Eric Henriksen here with you. We are running, not walking to the wire to pick up these pitchers. We've got Bryce Miller, Kyle Harrison, Reed Detmers, and Casey Mize. All right, Anthony, let's start with you on this one because we just picked up Bryce Miller in our joint league and we dropped Chase DeLauder to do it because we had too many bench hitters and Ronald Acuna was healthy. So, Anthony, why did we run and didn't walk to the wire to pick up good old Bryce Miller?
I mean, I'm also a little shocked on this one because I had a chance to pick him up in our league that we're in. Josh, you had him. You dropped him. I went to pick him. I was like, I don't really know. I started looking. I wasn't really feeling it, and then you picked him up, Eric, and then it's been looking good. Look, his underlying numbers look look wildly different than I expected. I expected him to get smacked, or at least like not hit the ground running when he came back. Even if you look at the season that he had in 24 when he was 2.94 ERA, like everything looks better so far this year. You know what I mean? Like his expected ERA, the velo's sitting at 97. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, say again.
No, I'm just agreeing. I was agreeing with you. I just think he's like, I think he's healthy. You know,
The
his
only
velocity's up, and I think it's from my understanding, he's really like if his fastball isn't working, then he's not working. So
Yeah.
the only thing I
just
worry about with
think,
him, and I don't know if this is a thing that he can keep up, but the hard hit percentage is literally all the way down to 28%. Every
That's
other year
low.
has been at between 41 and 48 every other year. So this could be a thing where he coming back, he feeling fresh, he feeling good. Oh, homie feeling real nice. But we'll see what happens as that arm get a little tired. You know, we start getting into June, July, and we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
because right now, I would run to get him.
Yeah, I did run to get him as soon as I noticed that Josh dropped him along with Max Meyer, which we could talk about that another time. These are guys that we detailed, Bryce Miller and Max Meyer, either last week or the week before when we were talking about the moves that we made and defending our fantasy lives and our moves here. Bryce Miller with 113 stuff plus 115 location plus 127 pitching plus. Absolutely bonkers numbers here. Josh, justify why you dropped Bryce Miller.
well, if I recall back to that episode, I feel like somebody suggested that I could drop him.
Was it me?
Eric.
My bad.
So maybe a little insider trading.
No.
No, I think this was before I dropped him. In context, I dropped him before he was activated and starting. So this was all speculation. The last we saw him, he was terrible. And also, I like everybody or most people was just inundated with injuries, and as we were talking about, my team was just sliding down towards the back of the pack, and I needed to get active, and I couldn't afford to like stash guys and wait. So here I am defending my fantasy life again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You know, so yeah, that's why. And to a little sidebar on the Max Meyer, I was just having a huge week last week, and I felt like I really wanted to like EKO this other manager. So he was just kind of at the lower half of my pitchers, and I just wanted to stream to drive the point home, and I did. And now I'm standing pretty well in our 10 team.
Yeah. No,
We'll see if that was worth it or not. But
shallow league, I'm sure there'll be another player that comes along, and like I said when we originally mentioned Max Meyer a couple weeks ago, he probably will get hurt because we can't have nice things and the Marlins can't have nice things. And that's just what happens to him. He gets hurt all the time. But Bryce Miller is looking really good. I'm really excited to have him. I was about to drop him. Not going to lie, guys. I was going to drop him in our league, our joint league. Yeah. But then he came out firing and then he did it again. Yeah. And I'm like, well, now I can't. Now I've got to go find a poor sucker to take on some extra pitching that I all of a sudden have. Anyway, moving on here. Kyle Harrison had a dominant performance earlier this week, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts. Milwaukee has this history of taking guys and making them good, okay, especially pitchers. And they've got this special juju. And I'll be the one to talk about Kyle Harrison because I roster him in our 12-team league. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I
have him in the 10-teamer.
Yeah, I can't believe he's not universally owned. He is.
I know. I was shocked.
He's been so good.
What the heck?
He's been so good. Look, I understand he missed. He missed like a week or two of action. He didn't go on the IL, but he just missed some time or skipped a start because, if I'm not mistaken, whoever was playing first base for the Brewers, hit him in the kneecap with a throw at like 100 miles an hour or something, as he was trying to cover first base. But this is a former top prospect, guys. Kyle Harrison.
Yeah, this is like for real former top prospect. So this isn't like out of nowhere. And I think, as you were saying, just coupled with the track record that the Brewers have of really extracting full potential out of pitchers, I think this is like really like run to the wire if he's available.
Somehow he's available in 24% of Yahoo leagues. He's only 76% owned. If you're playing one of those 24, why? Those are not just AL only leagues. So please,
those people who playing 4 teams, man, they just
he's so good.
Those leagues do exist. So you're like, man, why this person not? Yeah, that's why, man. The 4-team family league, like husband, wife, and, son, just trying to teach them how to play the game.
Listen, Kyle Harrison has a 14.6% swinging strike rate, a Sierra of 2.87. This is a legitimate breakout.
Yeah.
If we had so much excitement for Jordan Walker and the things he's been able to sustain, Sal Stewart equivalently, Kyle Harrison is the pitching version of that. This is one of the best pitching breakouts of the season. If you're in, for some stupid reason, one of those leagues where he is not owned, go get him now.
I saw on the pitcher list waiver wire column this morning, it was like I was kind of scrolling through and Kyle Harrison was there and I was like, what?
What league do you play in that he's not rostered? Especially after this week. All right, moving on here.
Board people.
Yeah, you really do. So far, of all the names that we've mentioned outside of Miguel Vargas, Bryce Miller, Kyle Harrison are the two that you better go get right now. And Kyle Harrison, I would put at the very top of that list for sure. Okay, next up we have Josh, one of your favorite players. We've been talking about him for years now, and that is Reed Detmers.
Well, I'm curious why Mr. Detmers is on the list because I feel like you just dropped him.
I did just drop him. And while I bring up his numbers, should we run to the wire to pick up Reed Detmers? He plays for your rival Angels.
No, you should drop him. I don't like Reed Detmers. And personally, but I just
nothing personal.
With nothing personal, Reed. Appreciate you, a great guy.
Yeah, well, first name basis.
Sorry, Reed. Look, I want nothing to do with it.
Okay, so it sounds like
streaming pitcher. I don't believe in nothing that he does for any period of time. I did believe a couple years ago. It's one of those stinging.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I had him, and I was like, okay, like you're doing fine. But when it's bad, it's nasty.
Oh man,
and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that whip. Every time somebody's like, "Hey, Reed's looking good," and I look at it, it's like man's throwing that ball all over the zone, all out of the zone. I mean, that whip is pushing 1.5 every time. No, thank you. So I don't believe that you should run to get it, running by him. And on top of that, he hasn't pitched over 100 innings these last 2 seasons. Like,
well, because he was in the bullpen last year.
But point being is like he's not going to do that now. Like so.
I don't know. All right. Well, let me. Okay, you guys have definitely taken the run to the wire to drop off Reed Detmers and come back without him.
Yeah.
Like you bring him to the bus, you just leave him there, and then you go home.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Did I forget something?
Take him to the toy store, and just leave him there. Anyway, so let me play devil's advocate here for you. Okay.
All right.
Because as someone who's literally got burned by Reed Detmers just a couple days ago, he pitched 5 2/3 innings, gave up 8 runs. He gave up 6 runs in one of those innings, one of those 5 2/3 innings. He had 19 swinging strikes, guys. 19. And he gave up 8 runs. Okay. Like normally that doesn't happen. Like that's an instance where 2 + 2 is not equaling 5. You usually don't get 19 whiffs and give up 8 runs. That means literally, probably 30% of your other pitches got hit, which is kind of crazy. Okay. His ERA is 5. His xERA is down by 3. FIP is probably the better indicator because FIP stands for fielding independent pitching, right? And the Angels are bad. And his FIP is 2 runs below his current ERA. Hold on. One more thing here. His left on base percentage is an abysmal 59%. That is probably like 12% lower than it should be. And that will lead to better ERA. He's not giving up home runs, less than 6. How do I put this? 0.65 home runs an outing. Okay. And his SIERA is 3.63, which is perfectly acceptable. This feels like a sleeper, but it's Reed Detmers. So please tell me why you should run to drop off Reed Detmers. I'm like carrying Reed Detmers like a puppy, just like.
Well, I mean, this just seems like the same story we've heard before of Reed Detmers. Like it feels like this has been like what 3 or 4 seasons now of like, oh, he's a sleeper. He's got so much potential.
More. This is the 6th season we've been talking about.
Oh, well,
Reed
that's
Detmers.
why it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm not up on the Reed Detmer lore, but like, it's just like it just seems like it's like, oh, he's got all this potential. He's so great. He's a gem. Whatever. But it's just like he always just implodes. I think. Well, also, I think what's really hard about him is that he's like one of those pitchers specifically where it's like, oh, he's facing bad team. I'm going to stream him. Nope. He's his own, it's like his demise is at his own hands.
Yep.
So, it's like you don't really know when you can use him. So you kind of just, if you're going to buy this lottery ticket, you kind of just have to, reap whatever he gives you.
Yeah.
So I just think it's not, unless you're in like a super deep league, it's just really not worth the gamble. Just looking at his numbers, I'd be curious to see like the start you got burned on. I'm kind of wondering what, I'm not going to do this exercise, but if I could quickly like look at like what the team was teeing off on him, like right now it looks like his worst pitch is his fastball.
Probably his slider, I don't think was located very well.
I know, to my understanding, pitchers that don't have great fastballs can't really, their ceiling's kind of capped. So maybe that's what we're looking at here.
Bryce Miller being
know.
the exact opposite, where like that's his fastball is it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Reed Detmers.
I don't know. It just seems like we've done this before.
Play with the fire.
I don't know. Deep leaguers, pay attention. Shallow leaguers, move on.
Fair. Here's a name that you might not expect. I think he was number 1 overall pick in his draft class. Casey Mize is actually having a pretty decent start to the season here.
Oh, wow.
Are you guys running? And let's just, we've heard about Casey Mize. We kind of know what he is, but he's 29 apparently already. My goodness. Anthony, are you running to the wire to pick up Casey Mize?
He's 29 apparently.
Been around a minute.
I had Casey Mize last year too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I would pick him up right now. Look, everybody needs pitching. People have injuries around, right? This is not the same thing as Reed Detmers. I would pick him up. I just wouldn't trust it all season.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be once again, it's not the Kyle Harrison thing of it all. We'll see what happens with Bryce. Maybe if you believe that Bryce will do it all season. But you look at the same thing last year when he had like a good stretch into June, right? Pre-All-Star, 3.15 ERA. After 4.9, right? Like, he has good stretches because I think I had him for a 4 or 5 game stretch where I felt great. Like, but the problem is kind of what Josh mentioned earlier with Reed is like, this is not just like a one blow up thing. He's going to get 2, 3, 4 starts of being smacked around, you know what I mean? And then come back, like, put me in, coach. Stuff like that is like, I don't trust it long enough. I say you ride the wave and then just know if it falls off a cliff, it's ultimately coming. But as of right now, go and pick them up, use them as much as you can, and then that'd be that.
Yeah. I think this is a definite like juice the orange, to use that metaphor. I think he doesn't really have like overwhelming stuff, so I don't think this is like a Kyle Harrison situation where it's like, wow, he's realized his full potential. But I just think he's having a good stretch, and you might as well capitalize on that while you can. And then when he combusts, drop him off at the toy store.
Just like that.
Right. Sweep him into the dustbin, I guess, is the combust, But
just so everybody knows, Casey Mize is 29. Reed Detmers is still only 26. Kyle Harrison is 24. And
what?
Bryce Miller, he's only 24. Isn't that crazy? And Bryce Miller,
he's been around for a while.
Bryce Miller's is 27. So quite a bit of a range here. Yeah, he's 27.
Bryce Miller's 27. I didn't realize he was that old.
2023, he was 24 years old when he came up. Kind of crazy. All right, guys. To wrap up the segment here, how would you rank these in order of preference of pickup? Anthony, let's go to you first. Bryce Miller, Kyle Harrison, Reed Detmers, Casey Mize. Rank them 1 through 4.
Harrison, Miller, Mize, Detmers.
Josh.
I
would do the same. Kyle Harrison, Bryce Miller, Casey Mize, 50 feet of crap, Reed Detmers.
Oh man.
No, I'm kidding because I probably will go stream Reed Detmers this weekend because my pitching in that league is terrible. Anyway, that does it for what you should run to the wire to pick up. Now you've got to make the counter move, which is drop. These are going to be players that we're too afraid to drop when we come back right after this. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Josh Day, Anthony Shabazz, Eric Hendrickson here with you, talking players we're too afraid to drop, because we just talked about players that you may want to go pick up, except maybe Reed Detmers, who you're going to drop off at the toy store. I really hope you're watching this episode because it's been really fun to watch this one happen, especially with our little hand motions.
The claw.
All right, so these are players that we're too afraid to drop, because when you go to pick somebody up, when you go to pick up Kyle Harrison, because for whatever reason he's not owned in your league, when you go to pick up Bryce Miller or JJ Bleday or Travis Bazzana, you got to drop somebody. So, of course, if you're not putting them on the IL, because I can guarantee you your IL spots are already full with the amount of injuries that we've had. So, Josh, let's start with you. These are hitters that we're too afraid to drop, but are we? On the list here, I have Jose Altuve, Austin Riley, Tyler Soderstrom. Let's start with those three, and then we'll jump to the other three hitters after we start with these. All right, so are you too afraid to drop Jose Altuve, Austin Riley, or Tyler Soderstrom?
Oh, funny you should ask. Actually, Anthony, you can chime in on this too, but I actually made the switch, real life switch of Jose Altuve for Travis Bazzana
Ooh,
in our
nice.
12 team head to head Yahoo League. And I have not regretted that one minute.
No, Altuve's bad now, guys. Altuve is bad. He's
Well, he's
36 and he's
injured,
hurt.
He's injured,
but he
man.
was playing like garbage.
That too.
I was a little worried, but I mean, actually, I have Tatis. So when Tatis got that second base eligibility, I felt I got a little more confidence that I could maybe take a risk. And of course, Altuve was picked up immediately after I dropped him, but like I said, Bazana has kind of done, maybe not as much power, but he's kind of done everything I've wanted Altuve to do.
Yeah.
And certainly he's been a productive second baseman. So, yeah.
What about Austin Riley or Tyler Soderstrom? And I think Soderstrom's the interesting case. I will say I would not drop Austin Riley yet.
No.
It's not warm out, and he likes the warm weather, kind of like Jazz. Jazz goes as the weather goes. I think Austin Riley kind of does the same thing. Maybe he's from Florida. I don't know where Austin Riley's from, but he's probably from a warm weather place.
Well, hold on. Are there I know you're a Riley owner. I've never had a share of Austin Riley. I've never had that privilege. Do you see any red flags? Like, is there signs of decline?
Well, the K rate is actually it's not as high as I thought it was. It's at 27.8%. It's not as high as I thought. The BABIP is kind of low, so that's hurting the batting average. Yeah. He's probably popping it up too much if I had to guess.
Well,
let's see. Hold on. In 2023, that's when he hit 37 home runs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before 2022, 38. And now it's been, 2024, 19 home runs, 2025, 16 home runs.
Injured.
I know, but he's 29, injuries. He's following a trend of the past 2 years.
Right.
True.
Is this? I mean,
no.
Ant, what do you think?
Look, I had him too. He was my keeper for a while. I think I had him only for the 23 season when he actually was producing. If you look at his stats, he's now heading to the third year that matched the 3-year productivity that he had that we said was going to be his norm, right? That breakout. At some point, I don't know if we have to think about this too. Sometimes these injuries change people. Maybe the injury is an injury. Maybe it's now this is the new him. He's not going 800 PS. It'd be either 7 something. He'll hit two. When he hit 273 and 281, that was already people were okay. It might be a little. He's hitting above his head, but the power was still there. But now look at what he's doing. Even though he was injured, he just wasn't productive or as productive as we would like him to be. So I think we heading into even if he does reach his high point, it could be 25 homers, 250 versus it being 275 with damn near 40 homers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this possibly could be him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this might be a kind of like we had to recalibrate for Cody Bellinger. We may have to recalibrate for Austin Riley. But I think when all is said and done for the season, you're not going to want to drop Austin Riley, especially third base. Third base.
Yeah, I don't think you want to drop him. I would say if he maybe if you were expecting more power out of your third baseman, I would wait till maybe he has a productive couple of weeks, and then you could try and move him in a trade for maybe something with more power. I wouldn't drop him.
Yeah.
All right, next up on the list here. Oh, man, he was dropped in our 12-team league. I think he was dropped somewhere else too, but I have quite a few shares of him. Tyler Soderstrom. Talked about him a bit with Carson this week on the Shallows. Anthony, I think you and I talked about him last week, and guess what? It wasn't a good week between then and now, so he's still on here as a potential drop candidate. Are we reaching our limit here with Soderstrom, Ant?
Man, it's getting close. It's tough because I don't know, like based off his ADP, which I believe it was. I'll have to look it up and see. I don't know off the top of my head what it was. Like people are probably hesitant to drop him based off of what they might have paid for him. Um, but at the same time, it's like what he's giving you right now is just not enough for what you drafted him for. Like that bad bit, even though that's like we don't really. That's like obviously like one stat. Like it looks like okay, that's super low. He should do more. Based off his XPA is 232. Like yeah, it's gonna get better. Like 196, 232, but it's not world beating.
Right.
For him, it's tough because I feel like I would hold on to him for now and just give him, if I can, if I have flexibility with the roster, hold on to him to see if he can turn around at all, so I can get some value for him. I don't want to say it's still early. It's May, but it is early. Like we haven't even really hit the summer. We haven't hit the summer yet.
Yeah, I don't think
So
the
it's
ball
like
has started to
with
fly
him,
out of Sacramento yet.
yeah, like with him, it's like I feel like you just kind of gotta wait on it a little bit, but it's still nice.
I had him last season. I traded Mike Trout for Soderstrom around this time of the season. I
Kind of crazy.
recall.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember it was like a month where, yeah, Soderstrom had like he just like erupted onto the season. I remember Eric, you and I were talking about like, oh, is this? It's like, why didn't we pick him up? We were having FOMO. But yeah, then he had like this giant cold spell, I think through May, maybe into June. And then he's kind of like what we're dreaming on. Like he kind of turned it around. So I'm kind of wondering if like maybe this season is kind of a slight step back. Like maybe he hits like 22 home runs and hits like 250, 260, rather than in the 270s. Um, so I don't know. It's like, who would you rather have? Like, is he Spencer Steer?
I think he's probably better than Spencer Steer. Higher
You think
power
so?
upside. Yeah. Um,
But Steer's probably going to hit around 20, same amount of, they're
yeah.
projected for similar home runs.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, like that would just
I
make
mean,
him fringy to begin with.
my head says Soderstrom, but like looking at the numbers, it's kind of like, they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So rank these three guys. Ant, we'll jump back to you. You would drop these guys in which order? Jose Altuve, Austin Riley, Tyler Soderstrom.
Who I would who's the most likely
order
to be
from
dropped?
most droppable to least droppable.
Yeah. Altuve, Soderstrom, Riley, because I would not drop Riley.
Yeah.
Not dropping them. So
Josh,
yeah, I agree with
Altuve,
that.
Soderstrom, Riley.
Yeah, Altuve, Soderstrom, Riley. I agree with you guys there as well. Okay, next three hitters, we've got Michael Busch, Kevin McGonigal, and Jac Caglianone, who we kind of referenced earlier in the show as Josh's potential player to replace at first base with Miguel Vargas now that Eugenio Suarez is healthy and activated off the IL. So, Josh, let's start with you here. We don't need to go player by player out of these three because I think these are kind of, especially in shallow leagues, these are fringier. Michael Busch has had one good season. Cags, we haven't really seen it yet. And McGonigal hasn't done anything since the book came out on him. He's got no RBIs over the last few weeks. 6 total for the season, in case you missed it.
Is McGonagall just like a better like real life? Like I know it's
I
thing
think
people
so.
say, but is he just like a better real life player than fantasy?
He might be. He doesn't hit the ball very hard. I think that's part of the problem.
He's just like an on base guy.
Yeah, I think he is.
But he doesn't really steal, right? Or does he have speed?
He
Yeah,
73rd percentile in speed, but he doesn't really run that much.
If it's intent, like look at Nick Kurtz is
it's true. It is
speed.
Josh Naylor.
Right.
It is intent. And I'm not sure Detroit is really a big running team. I could be wrong there, but I'm not sure that they run that much. But okay, so are you open to dropping Michael Busch, Kevin McGonigal, and Jac Caglianone?
Well, I mean, I'm a Cags owner, and he's just not really done. I mean, he's been okay, but like he hasn't really done what we've been dreaming on. Like the power has just not been his game.
Right.
And it's just like no. Um, from my understanding, he does not have the best he doesn't make the best swing decisions. So me, that's a little scary hearing that because it's like, well, is that something he can like appear?
Right.
Is that just who he is? And it's like, no matter what he adjusts, he's just not gonna make So I don't know. I mean, I know he was like a lot of people. Eric, you were really big on him last
Still
season.
big on him. Still big. Hits the ball really hard. His issue is not elevating the ball. His launch angle is only 5.7 degrees. Hard hit percentage is 55.1%. His bat speed, 95th percentile. I'm still big on Jackie Cag. Something is going on with the Royals in general outside of Bobby Witt. 30% strikeout rate's a bit high for Cags, honestly.
Yeah.
No matter how bad he was last year, he still only struck out 20% of the time and then didn't have a high strikeout history in the minor leagues. So I'm still big on him. He is 23 years old. I would give him time. I would have patience on him. That being said, he has not been productive at all so far. And it's really tough. Same with McGonigal. It's really tough to keep a guy who's been that unproductive in your lineup if
Yeah.
you don't have any bench spots. Anthony, over to you real quick. Michael Busch was pretty good last year, but this year he's playing against left-handers. And is that causing an issue for him?
Well, I mean, based off his splits, it's looking like it. He hitting 204 against lefties. So it looking like that. Sir, you have a problem. This the left-handers. Look, overall, it just doesn't like his XBA is 236 versus last year obviously 262. Like it just doesn't seem like he's, and I don't think it's just him hitting lefties. Like I think just this might be like a little, maybe he peaked last year. As much like this is third season with the Cubs, like he might just have peaked. Like hitting that going over 866 OPS was like, 34 homers, 90 RBIs, man, looking okay. And now you see kind of ways running into. You know what I mean? So I think it's just like maybe him coming back down to earth from last season, which wasn't even like that crazy high in the last season, you know? So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it is.
He was being ranked inside the top 10 first baseman coming into the season, if I remember correctly, because he did hit hit 34 home runs last year with an 866 OPS, like you said. So it's like people were really looking at Michael Busch to be their first baseman, which I thought was pretty crazy for a guy who sat against most left-handers last year. Not hitting the ball as hard, quality of contact has gone down, not pulling the ball in the air nearly as much this season. Yeah.
I mean, well, actually looking at his numbers over the past month, he's actually not been terrible. Like it seems like he just doesn't have a lot of counting stats because it's been like
300, 292.
Yeah, and his OPS like just last week was 994.
Oh, that's right. We're at the part of the season where you can actually look at, sections of it because there's enough of a sample size.
Yeah, and even 2 weeks, 237 average, 852 OPS, but just like not a lot of power.
Okay, so in May he's hitting 306. He had a terrible April.
Yeah.
The power's really still not there though. Just 2 home runs this month.
Yeah, that's the big question.
But same thing. Like if you look at last season, he was hot in April, May, June, July, like up down, up down, up down, up down. Ended up being like a solid season, counting stats wise, just overall.
Yeah.
But like, I guess what they're saying, like, do you trust keeping that the rest of the season with these? Can you take a month off of being productive? Like this is like different than even Jazz. Like we talk about Jazz hot and cold. Had Jazz get hot for 6 weeks and he's running, he's hitting, he bombing. Like this is, I don't think this is that because the height is not that high,
Right.
And granted, I don't even think you have to drop him right now. Like if you need that position, but I'm just saying if you're thinking ahead on it, your month can get real nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you guys this. So I have Jac Caglianone in the 12-team head-to-head daily transaction Yahoo League. Michael Busch is on the wire. Do I make that swap?
No, because that's the keep forever league, is it?
Yeah, it's keep forever. I wouldn't do it.
No, I'll keep
But
Jack.
I don't know that I need to keep Cags.
That's true. With the rest of your keepers, I'm not sure that you do. I like Cags' upside more than Michael Busch. I do.
I mean, I'm now in the position. I'm now in the position, as we talked about, where I can just bench Caglianone because I can move Miguel Vargas to first,
Yeah,
and then put
But
Suarez at
this is
third.
my thing. End of the season, they have the same numbers. 25 home runs
Maybe they both
or
can
whatever.
have. I mean, I don't think Michael Busch hits 30
Right.
homers. I think maybe
no.
it's more like maybe at most 25,
I'm
probably
just thinking
less.
in that league, if they end up with both with the same numbers, you'll have much easier and more conversation piece to trade Jack for more value than you would with Michael Busch.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think if you drop Cags, he gets picked up, and not by me. I don't need him.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
sorry.
I don't either. I dropped him.
Cags, people like Cags who have the profile of like
Right.
they hit the ball hard, constantly hit the ball hard. Are like, I don't know if you guys watch boxing as much as I do, but it's like a boxer who has a strong punch. They hit you, they're gonna knock you out. But because of that, they usually lack other skills that sometimes get them to hit you. You know what I mean? And like that's what concerns me. Is he of that mind, or is it like the hard hit is going to be consistent with taking good pitches, swinging at good pitches? I just don't know if he'll be like that yet. We have to see if he proves it.
All right,
But
Anthony, gonna go to you first here. Michael Busch, Kevin McGonigal, Jac Caglianone, rank them most droppable to least droppable.
That's hard.
Busch. Oh my god. Busch, Cags, KM. Yeah, Cav. Keep Cav.
Josh, how about you?
Yeah.
I think I'd go McGonigal. I think I'd go McGonigal, Caglianone, Busch.
I will go McGonigal, Caglianone, Busch as well. Actually, I'm going to agree with Josh on that one. Okay, so of all the hitters now, Jose Altuve, Austin Riley, Tyler Soderstrom, Michael Busch, Kevin McGonigal, Jac Caglianone. Give me your two most droppable hitters. Josh, let's go to you first on this one.
I'm going to say Jose Altuve, Kevin McGonigal.
Anthony, how about you?
Altuve and Busch.
Altuve and McGonigal for me, as well as the most droppable hitters on that list.
Simpatico.
I know McGonigal plays third base, though. If you're in keeper leagues, that's different. Because if you're in keeper leagues, it's Altuve and then probably Soderstrom as your two most
I was
droppable.
excited for McGonigal when I thought he might play second base, but I just don't. His profile is like a third baseman. I want that.
I think it depends on how your team is. Like, if your team is set
at least right now.
If you set your team is set like mine, power wise, where like I got power out the wazoo on my outfielder and first base, like I can take an average guy at third just based on how my team is set up. Like, so I'd rather grab him. And plus, we know these young players, kind of like South Stewart, when they go up, they're going to come down. Can they come back up? We're waiting to see if he can come back up and at least start getting some counting stats adding on with those with that average. So we'll see.
All right, so those are hitters and pitchers that you might be too afraid to drop, but maybe you shouldn't be. I'm sorry, no, those are actually just hitters. We still have the pitchers to go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to talk about those pitchers because we haven't actually gotten there yet. Man, this is going to be fun because these are some interesting names on this list, especially considering all the injuries that are out there. So when we come back, pitchers were too afraid to drop, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. That's Josh Day, Anthony Shabazz, Eric Henriksen here, along with you, talking players were too afraid to drop. Because earlier in the show, we talked about some hitters and pitchers that you should probably run to the wire to pick up, except for maybe Reed Detmers, who you're going to just leave at the Toy Story. And then these are the players that you have to make a corresponding move when you go to pick up a guy. And these are the ones that you may be too afraid to drop, but you could probably get away with now. And these are the pitchers. We just talked about hitters: Jose Altuve, Austin Riley, Tyler Soderstrom, Michael Busch, and Kevin McGonigal. Oh, and Jac Caglianone. Here are the pitchers: Eury Perez, Bryce Elder, MacKenzie Gore, Nick Lodolo, and Emmett Sheehan. If I look at this list correctly, I look at 3 pitchers, players considered top 2 fantasy starter. And then I see a breakout candidate or 2 breakout candidates, a potential ace, and then a guy who just was picked up off the waiver wire. This is an interesting mix of pitchers here. Josh, let's start with you. Tell me, are you too afraid to drop any of these guys? And then we'll go to Ant. So, Josh, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, the one I think I would be the most afraid to drop is probably Eury Perez. To me, I
Yes.
think he was the most upside, so I would consider benching him before dropping him, just because unless Kyle Harrison is on your waiver wire,
I am sitting Eury Perez today, by the way.
I just don't know that you're going to get that upside. So I think I would probably be the most afraid. I don't have any shares of him, but I would not be dropping.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop Eury either. What about, I'll ask you specifically about MacKenzie Gore, just because everyone thought MacKenzie Gore was going to be a huge breakout candidate moving to Texas, moving away from the Nationals. Any thoughts on MacKenzie Gore? Is he droppable?
I think maybe in some circumstances he could be droppable. It's always like, well, who are you dropping him for?
Well, Kyle Harrison.
I would drop him for Kyle Harrison. Yes.
How about
Bryce
Miller?
Maybe even Bryce Miller.
Not Reed Detmers.
Not Reed Detmers.
No.
Okay.
I think, like with Gore, again, it's like with yeah, right. Like we've seen enough of him now. He's not like a fresh prospect.
Yeah.
So I think you're just gonna it's gonna be streaky. There's gonna be good times and then there's gonna be really bad times. Don't know that we're ever gonna get steady Eddie with him.
No.
Like his walks are like way up.
Yeah. I didn't think they could go higher, and yet
that home run problem has followed him. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I guess hold on to him.
I don't know about
and
that.
bench him. Isn't he hurt? Didn't he leave with some sort of injury?
So there was an update on that. He left with a lat issue. Let's just call it lat uncomfortability. Okay. In his last
Is
game.
that a medical term?
Yeah, I believe so. You can find it in Grey's Anatomy.
Dodgeritis.
And he's going to make his next start. That to me just doesn't.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's dangerous to me. Lats, I don't want to mess. It's a big muscle back there. I don't want to mess with it.
This will not end well.
No, it will not. Anthony, over to you. Eury Perez, Bryce Elder, MacKenzie Gore, Nick Lodolo, and Emmett Sheehan. Your Dodger, Emmett Sheehan. Are you too afraid to drop any of these guys? Are you're not concerned about it?
I'm not dropping Eury either. I'm not dropping Bryce yet. I'll let him play out. It's almost like, let's see what happens. Like it's
kind of like Casey Mize. A little bit. I mean, they don't have like overwhelming stuff. But
if I have Casey versus the two, I'm both, like you said, playing both of them out.
Yeah.
I just don't like seeing that Casey Mize on my team right now. So I feel about that.
Trade him away. You're good at that.
Me, I have Sheehan and Lodolo on our team.
Whoa! Hold on. I'm just reminded of something. Didn't you? Didn't one season you traded away? You traded away Bryce Elder for Cole.
Yeah. Oh, savage.
Yo,
bring back the Cole.
I had to do it. He was hot.
Circle.
Yeah, he was hot. I had to Get that man on. And as soon as I traded him, ERA
Oh
went
man,
7. Yeah.
Erik and I were so pissed.
Can I tell you? Bryce Elder is a ticking time bomb, just like he was that year. I think that was that 2024? No, that
2
was
years ago.
2023. That was 2023, where
My
he
gosh.
where he had an ERA like sub 2 up to the All-Star break, and then Anthony was like, "Hold my beer, watch this." Okay, and then he gets Gerrit Cole for Bryce Elder. Again,
it was
go back and listen to our trade special. Anthony is the trading guru. Okay, that was back in mid-April. He is the trading guru. I believe it was close to this time last year, maybe in a couple weeks, where you started to do your rebuild trades, and then Josh and I just had the time of our lives talking about it on this podcast last year. Okay, so you're not dropping Yuri. Are you dropping?
I'm not dropping Bryce because, like, I agree with you. Like, he's probably going to just fall apart. But
yeah.
if you already have him, just roll him out until then. Like, it's fine.
Or trade him for Gerrit Cole.
Yeah,
or trade him.
I have
trade him.
And Sheehan. I'm afraid to drop them only because I drafted them, and I want to get my value, squeeze every inch of value out of them, and I don't feel comfortable with our wire. Our wire is not normally thin. Like, unless somebody comes out of nowhere, our wire gets a little thin. But let's just say going into the next week, I'm not going to be afraid to drop them. So really, it's just Erik and Bryce if I have them. Lodolo, the crazy part, I looked at Lodolo.
Those numbers, man.
His ERA is 7.20. His FIP is 7.50. Like, there's no relief in the xERA, 7.44. It's not good. You know what I mean? So it's like,
are you sure nothing's better on the wire?
Yeah, right. Something has to be there. But, well, I guess, like, my idea of what he was going to be like, he had that blister thing, which he always has his blister issue, is like, man, what is the problem with you? Like, I'm giving him another start. It's a 2-star week. Going into this week, I was thinking about dropping him, so I wasn't really afraid of it. Sheehan, I was like, okay, like, we'll see. Like, maybe he's coming back. We had a good start. Like, nobody I'm really afraid to drop. Like, if it's an option now, I feel like it's better besides Yuri and Bryce. But going into this week, I needed that 2 starts, and I'm mad that I needed it because he messed me up on Monday. So,
all right. So let's rank these guys from most droppable to least droppable. Just give me the top 3. Most droppable, Anthony, let's start with you. Yuri, Bryce, MacKenzie Gore, Nick Lodolo, and Emmett Sheehan. That's Bryce Elder. I should specify.
Oh, man. I think Gore, Sheehan, Lodolo.
Josh, how about you?
This is an order of who least to
most to least droppable. Lodolo's your least droppable of the 3? Ant?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not afraid, but I feel like he can be better. I feel like he can be a lot better than what, like, Sheehan, I think, might end up bullpening it up, honestly.
Sure. Possible. All right, Josh.
I would go most to least would be Lodolo, Gore, Sheehan, Elder, Perez.
I'm going to do Gore, Lodolo, Elder, Sheehan, Perez in that order from most to least droppable. So we're all kind of close together there. So that does it for our players that you are too afraid to drop. Hitters, pitchers, all combined now. Unlike before, which I thought they were. I was so distracted by little Reed Detmers just like waving, "Hey, don't forget about me," as we dropped him off and then just left him there. So when we come back, we have our final thoughts for the show, and looking forward to next week. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. I'm Eric Henriksen alongside Anthony Shabazz and Josh Day here, giving you our final thoughts and looking to the week ahead. Josh, let's start with you. Looking forward to anything this week? It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, hey, get that grill out. I have to really scrub that down because I don't have a garage, so it's just been hanging out in the elements all winter. So we'll see.
It took me 2 days to clean my grill. 2.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. In terms of fantasy, I kind of had this when I was going through the exercise of like looking at players where we want to add, drop. Um, I kind of had this curiosity popped into my mind of like, sort of a real life baseball meets fantasy, and that's like, how does a player being on a really bad team, like let's say like the Giants, we got Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, how does that kind of affect fantasy value? Obviously not great, but I was kind of thinking it'd be fun maybe next pod or two to kind of examine that and see what we find. So I'm probably gonna look into that.
Cool. Anthony, how about you?
I'm looking at some. First of all, today I'm looking to see how Garrett does. I'm always interested with like the aces when they come back from Tommy John.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just if they're like, we know they're not physically 100%. Like they have some rust, but just that like superstar savviness. Can they like start showing you something before they kind of get back feeling good completely? Also, somebody we didn't talk about. I'm trying to see what's up with Jackson Merrill.
Oh,
Man,
did he
what
run
is the
into a
deal,
wall?
brother? I don't know what the man is doing, but the man is getting on my nerves. So I need to see what the deal with him is. And it's not just him. It's like in general, like some of these players who we were looking at before. I know we did a couple weeks ago, like just players who was highly drafted players that might be dropped. I'm just like, we're getting to that point now. We're going into the June of it all, Memorial Day weekend, I
Um,
should say, of it all. And I'm like, maybe there's some changes are coming.
maybe we need to examine our fantasy deadwood.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We all got it.
I'm looking forward this week. I'm gonna watch the not to give you guys a little sneak peek into what I'm thinking, but because we are competitors, but at the same time we help each other out. I am looking at the White Sox closing
Bryce
situation.
Miller.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Bryce Miller. Grant Taylor.
Grant.
No, I know, but I was going to say, each other out, huh, Eric?
Thanks.
Well, you can
Bryce Miller and Max
Miller.
Meyer.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah, I am looking I am going to watch the White Sox closer situation very closely because Grant Taylor is looking a lot like Mason Miller. Just saying, he looks real good, and Sir Anthony Dominguez looks real bad. So I'm thinking that there might be a changing of the guard there, and Grant Taylor,
especially since they're winning.
Yes, they are winning.
Aren't they in second place?
They are
White Sox
good.
In second
they
place?
are not a rollover team this year, as Carson likes to say on the Shallows. They're a real baseball team. Yeah. You know what's not a real baseball team? The Rockies. They are terrible. Yeah, they're not good. But anyway, I'm also looking forward to how our matchup turns out this weekend. I am currently winning.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that
you
way.
guys are going. You guys are.
Leave it there. I'll leave it that I am winning.
As soon as his team gets hot, he play every year. This happens because your team was not doing good, and all of a sudden he's hitting 300 for the week and 948 OPS for the week. Insane.
There are still 3 days to go. I got plenty of time to crater. Don't you worry.
Yeah, a lot of rainouts this weekend.
Yep,
Judge is hitting 067 this week with 182 OPS.
He probably won't be.
You know what we talked about at the last week? We said do not worry about Ketel Marte, right? Because he was going into Coors. Well, he was 2 for 9 in Coors. He sat the third game. He only scored 1 run, I think, and that was it. That's all he did at Coors. But he kicked the crap out of the Giants the immediate series after that. So I'd just like to give us all a pat on the back that Ketel Marte is fine. You have nothing to worry about. And he's still, to me, the number 1 or number 2 second baseman. I don't think you could put Tatis in front of him right now. Over under this weekend for Tatis hitting his first home run. Last thing.
He almost did it over the weekend.
Well, almost is only in horseshoes and hand grenades. Anthony.
I'd say I'm going to take the over.
You take the over?
Under.
So you think it's going to happen this weekend? Okay. I'm not confident. So I'm not a gambling man either. So I'm going to play the middle and just put him on my bench.
Boring.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be after this weekend as well. that does it. We're going to wrap it up right there. Long show. Thank you for sticking with us through it. We'll see how Gerrit Cole turns out. Hopefully pretty good today. So we're going to wrap it up right there. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode to make sure you never miss it, or any episode for that matter. Please subscribe. We're available wherever you get your podcasts. So for Anthony Shabazz and Josh Day, I'm Erik Henriksen saying, see you next time.